Hi everyone. Um, welcome back to Spam Knits. This is just a little moment here on the internet where I talk about what I've been sipping, perusing, adorned with, and making spam. All right, I'm coming to you from the back garden of my home. Can't see a lot of green here. There's like a fern over here and maybe some plants coming up over here, but it is a beautiful sunny day here in San Francisco where I live. And so I had to take advantage and come sit outside and film out here. So yeah, with a location change up. All right, with that, let's get right into it. Um, I am sipping, well, I'm just about to start opening it up. Oh, also, hopefully it's not too noisy. I'm wearing my AirPods in hopes that the microphone there will be pretty noise canceling, but there's like a bus and other sort of city noises about, so you may hear some of that, but I'll try and do my best to keep it pretty quiet. But I am drinking a lime spindrift, very refreshing today on a very warm day. So that's my sipping. Okay, perusing. You guys, I am still reading The Strength of the Few by James Islington, which is the second book in the Hierarchy series. The first book is The Will of the Many, and this is the second book. I am, I think, I'm not even halfway yet. Um, this book is such an epic. The first book is also such an epic, and the second one just like builds on that, and there's just so much going on. It's such a like rich story. And so it's really hard to get through sometimes. It is not light reading. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to pick it up and like run through it really fast and whatever. It's very like, okay, I'm going to sit down and read and focus. And I just haven't had the sort of energy or time or like capacity for that lately. So it has not gotten a ton of reading. I have been playing a lot of video games. And so that's kind of seeming to take my attention more than reading, for better or worse. But it's just such a nice escape sometimes. And so it's been really hard to get myself to sort of sit down and read this book. But I am hoping, I actually, since it's so nice out, was thinking I might just sit down here this afternoon and try and really fly through some of that reading. So yeah, still reading the same book. It's still so good. It's so beautifully written, and the characters like you just adore. And it's such an epic. Like the story arcs are just so big and so full, and there's just so much going on. So I do super recommend these books, but it is a slog. So okay, and then what I'm wearing, I'm gonna have to put this in the bio because this is a cardigan that I knit. It's like one of the first cardigans that I knit, and it is a My Favorite Things knitwear pattern. Raglan cardigan. I think it's cardigan number 10 or something. It has these bigger balloon sleeves. It's knit in an Aran weight. I'm not really showing you the balloon sleeves. And yeah, I bound off really tightly, which is my way apparently. But it fits so well. This is like one of the first things that I made that I was like really proud of and felt like, oh, this looks like something I would buy in a store. And just felt really proud of it. And yeah, I'll show you the whole thing, the wax penetration. And this is something that I do in all of my knits, but I have mismatched buttons. I've inherited a lot of buttons over the years from grandmothers, great aunts, different people, and so I use um, mismatched buttons on a lot of my knits. So there's that. Now we're going into my making. All right. I have a little bit to share, not a ton. I did finish an object, very exciting. I finished my Shifting Mood scarf by Anna Husemann. It is actually upstairs blocking right now in front of a sunny window. And so I will test my editing skills and insert a photo somewhere over here of it. Um, I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of how it turned out. It, to me, I was just telling my partner, I feel like I often look at my knits and I'm not like, oh, that's a work of art. Like, it's obviously something that I've made with my hands and something very useful to me often. Like this cardigan I wear all the time. I have so many other useful things, but um, to me, that scarf is a work of art. Like it really looks like a work of art. It's so beautiful. It did take a lot of work, and I spent like 2 hours weaving it ends last night. Um, but so worth every minute I spent on it. And I'm so excited to knit more of Anna's patterns. It was so beautiful and so well written, and really stretched my abilities. So that felt really cool, and I'm really excited to wear it. It's just such a fun accessory, and I think it's a real conversation starter. So yeah, I'll insert a photo, and that is my finished object this week. Very exciting. And then um, I also sort of finished another object that I wanted to show you. It's not quite done yet, still some left to do, but I knit my partner some sailor slippers. So this is a pattern by Germain, went kind of viral. And what you do is you knit them very large and then you felt them. So I am in the process of felting them. They are not entirely felted yet. They're definitely getting there. I think we have like maybe one more hot water wash in our washing machine before they feel really felted up. But I'm really happy. Um, they felted quite evenly. Like I'm using two different yarns. Don't think I have labels with me, but I can tell you that the blue is Lamb's Pride Bulky in Aztec turquoise. And as you can see, this is an older Aztec turquoise, and then I had to reorder it and it's a bit darker, but that's okay. I think it's kind of quirky and it's just one stripe, so not too worried about it. One stripe in the sole. Um, and then I'm also using Mary Maxim bulky lamb's wool. That both of these are vintage yarns that I inherited from a family friend of my mom's. And then I used just a wool that I had in my stash in yellow for the cuff. I love the colors. He picked out the colors totally. So yeah, I think we have like one more wash until they're fully felted, but they're looking really good. I think the soles have felted a little bit better than the tops. But yeah, just a little bit better. And so yeah, I'm really happy they felted evenly. They are very, I don't know if you can see that, they're very pilly. So I need to sort of go over them with a comb once they're fully felted. But I think for this last wash, I'll put them in a pillowcase just so they're kind of protected. So yeah, I'm gonna throw these in for one more wash cycle. And then I also wanted to share that for these, um, I purchased some suede soles on Etsy. So yeah, oh, you guys, we're close. We're not all that far now. So I purchased these suede pre-punched soles on Etsy from a seller from the UK called Joe's Toes. And there's their info. Um, you can find them on their own website or on Etsy, and they came so quickly. Amanda, who works at Joe's Toes, messaged me and was like back and forth with me to try and figure out the right size for my partner, just because they're UK and I'm US based, and so sizing can be different. So yeah, so she was so helpful in helping me to figure out like what I needed, the sizing. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so happy I'm so close. Yeah, I think we just need one more wash to do a little more shrinking. And then what I'm going to do is use some strong thread, probably doubled up floss, cotton floss, to stitch these on, or wool, probably cotton though, stitch these on, and then they will be like sort of finished slippers that he can wear both inside and running down here to the patio or our laundry room or whatever he may need. So that's really exciting. So yeah, I love how these turned out. I love the colors that he picked, and I think they look so cool. And I'm really happy I got to make these for him. So yeah, these are almost done. Hopefully one more wash and then they'll be done. But I think I'll show them next time once I have the soles stitched on and it feels like they're fully felted. So yeah. Okay, and then ongoing project, continuing to stitch on my lovely ribbed scarf from Purl Soho. This is such a boring update. I feel like this one every week, but I don't know. Sometimes it's helpful for me to just see like the way that projects chug along, and I like seeing that. So you can see I knit maybe like 2 inches this week, not terribly much. But yeah, I'm knitting from my Progress Keeper, which is a little sheep that is shopping. I got that from the Madison Knitters Guild, and that's like how long the scarf is. So yeah, still plugging along. I said last time that I was slightly worried about how long the scarf was going to be, and I still am, but I'm just going to keep chugging. And yeah, I can always add a color block at the end or try and really stretch it with blocking. This wool is very It's 100% wool. Oh, I should tell you what I'm knitting it out of. I am knitting it out of Wool Centrum's 2-ply sport weight yarn. It's 100% Swedish wool. I don't know if that showed up. And then it's in the color dark brown. So it's in 100% wool and it's pretty rustic. So if I stretch it, it'll hold its shape. So if I needed to block it like 6 inches longer, I think I could probably do that given the sort of stuff of it. And then, yeah, it also can stretch this way. So I love this. I'm really excited to have it. I realized that I just am finishing up 2 brown scarves, so not the most exciting um, things, but these will be definite wardrobe staples for me. I feel like I'm always looking for scarves. And one thing about living in San Francisco is the weather is kind of funny because of the fog and just the general climate here. And so it's always nice to have a light jacket and a scarf because I feel like scarves are something that keep me so warm. Like if I have a scarf around my neck, I'm warm. So um, just something that I really appreciate having living here. Okay, and then I have one object that I cast on. So last week I talked about how I was traveling a bit and hoping to get some cast-ons going. And so I have cast on in the middle of a round, but I have cast on the Roomy Raglan by Jules Eftenberg, I think. I'm gonna have to look that up and I'll put it down below. But it is the Roomy Raglan pattern. It is a very popular pattern on Ravelry right now. Um, and yeah, I have officially started. I am doing my raglan increases. You can see here I did some short rows. So yeah, and I am knitting this out of 2 yarns, which I talked about in the last episode, but both of these yarns are yarns that were unraveled from a thrift store sweater. This was a gift from, again, the same friend of my family's, but she gifted me these yarns and she had gotten them from an Abercrombie and Fitch sweater that she got at the thrift store and then unraveled. So she's a big sweater unraveler and it's such a great cost-effective way to get a bunch of yarn. And so I'm slightly nervous that I don't have enough yarn for this sweater, but I just finished my first ball. Can't really tell. And I don't know how many inches in, but I did the ribbing and part of the raglan. So I'm hoping with that second ball I'll be able to finish the raglan increases and then I'll be knitting on the body and sleeves. I will probably knit the sleeves first so that I know I have enough length for the sleeves and then I will knit the body so that I can be flexible about how long the body is. So yeah, I am loving this. I'm loving how it looks. I haven't knit a sweater in a while, so I'm being reminded of the patience that requires, but this is such a beautiful one and it's been really fun to use this yarn again. Or like re-put it into a sweater and I'm really excited to have a sweater like this. So yeah. Oh, and then just looking at the collar, I made the modification of casting on with the blue yarn and then knitting around. And then I switched to my other yarn and I'm gonna do that, I think, at the cuffs and the bottom of the sweater. I'm just gonna do the last round in blue and then cast off. So yeah, I think that should be really good. And yeah, I'm excited to have this finished piece. This is definitely not really a process knit for me. It's more of a product knit. I think generally I'm a pretty product-based knitter, but definitely with this one, I'm just really excited to have sort of a roomy, oatmeal-y colored sweater. So that is all of my knitting, but I wanted to share 2 other things this week because last week's episode just got so long and I did want to share that I had received my February sticky subscription. So I am signed up for all 3 sticky subscriptions monthly. It is a monthly club. I pay for this with my own money. I have no affiliation with Sticky, but I just love them. I think it's so fun. And I keep it in a sticky folio. Um, so every month you get 3 packs of stickers. One is the vintage pack, there's a pop pack, and a cute pack. And so this month, the vintage pack was called The Guardians, which Will it focus on that? Probably if I get my face out of it, it will. And it was like medieval themed. So I'll show you my favorite sheet from this one. I'm so excited to use these stickers, which hopefully it will focus on this. They are like coats of arms. I'm obsessed. Like, look at this one with the sheep and bunnies, a chicken one, a rooster. I just think they're so cool. And that is by, they always have like the artists tagged on their stuff. So you can look it up. It also came with a notepad. It always comes with like a few other little bits and bobs. So really fun. And then the cute pack this month was called In My Garden. And I actually sent a bunch of these to a very dear friend who loves to garden and loves to have plants. And it came with a sticker. And then, oh my gosh, so many favorites here. But I really love this pack, which is by Hello Bonnie. And it has like glittery gardeners and like, look at that frog. They're so cute. So that one was really fun. It also came with a postcard, which I ended up sending to my friend. And then the pop pack this month is called Passage Between Worlds. And this one you got stickers and a notepad. And I have already used a bunch of the stickers from my favorite sheet in this pack, but it is these like green tree girls. I just think they're so cool. I want to be one of them. I just love them. They're like bonsai girls, and that's by Koyamori. If it'll focus there. Yeah. So it might be backwards, but yeah. So those were the 3 packs this month. This is such a fun thing. I love getting mail, and so I'm always like so jazzed to be getting something in the mail. And they come already in these page protectors. They use like real artists and they tag them on Instagram so that you can like find them and buy more sticker packs or buy their prints or whatever, which I really love. I always want to be supporting those artists. And yeah, it's just a really fun thing. And I've been using it in my journaling a lot. So yeah, so that's been really fun to do that. So just wanted to share that. And then I also did some making this week that was a little bit more mindless just because I sort of needed like a brain break. I was in a meeting and I didn't want to pick up my knitting, but I did want to be doing something with my hands. And so I got at a swap event at a previous job a potholder loom. And I got the little like nylon stretchy um, guys to make the potholders. So this is what the potholder loom looks like. It's just a piece of plastic. You can see it gets all bent with the and warped with the tension. And then it comes with these like stretchy loops and you do your warp, which are the up and down things, and then you can use different colors for your weft. So I have made 2 potholders. This one I did like one color warp, one color weft. And then I have done another one where I did kind of like a funky ginghamy plaid pattern using 2 different blues. And then I'm now doing a really like ginghamy pattern. And I've just been looking up like what people do on Pinterest and sort of getting that as inspiration and then just sort of like picking colors out and doing it. But it's been so fun to make these. I remember doing this as a kid, so maybe some of you have those memories too. But I just think it's so fun. It was so easy and these are really useful. Like they're actually great pot holders and they can also work as like trivets and all of that. So really fun. So yeah, that's been sort of like an inspiring thing that I've just been doing on the side in my free time or when my hands need a break. So yeah. Okay. Um I'm leaving this week feeling really good. I think it feels nice to be sitting outside in the warm weather. I'm feeling really just inspired by the people in my life and the things that I'm doing. And so I hope you're feeling the same and leaving the week feeling good. I think that's all we can ask for ourselves. And I hope you're taking care of yourself, taking care of those around you, and finding joy wherever you can. So I'm so grateful you were here for this little time. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm sending you the biggest hug. I hope you can enjoy some sunshine. I know it's very cold in some parts of the US, but I hope you're enjoying some sunshine nonetheless. internal or external. And yeah, all right. We'll talk to you all soon. Bye.